Hi guys, welcome to my channel, Thelma's Creations and More, where today I will be sharing with you my September design team project for NevermoreCreations17 on Etsy, where this month I created a journal. It's a soft cover journal that I made for her design team project, and I added a piece of lace for the closure. This is the back. I put a lace on the binding. This is the front. I chose to leave it flat without any designs here and very flat lace because I think about when the person gets the journal, you know where it's going to be if you stick it in a purse or on a shelf, in a drawer. If there's bulkiness on the front, you know, which is fine, but I like it smooth so that you can put it in your purse, in your book bag, in the shelf, in the drawer, and it won't get caught anywhere. And then you open it up, and of course your journal inside will have texture, but the outside, I like the way it feels on your hand. It's nice and smooth. You can put it up against your clothing and it won't catch on anything. So I opted to leave it fairly simple in the front, but for those reasons. Let's dig in. For this journal, I used several of elements from Lindsey Zenor's shop, NevermoreCreations17. I used elements from Wisteria and Rose's Junk Journal Kit, along with a couple of accents from Antique Aviary. I also used Tracie Fox ephemera pack, Nature's Epiphany ephemera pack, over on Etsy. She is LiveJunkJournals. I used it and I was so intrigued and surprised and amazed that their kits worked so well together. The colors complemented each other. I used some coffee stain paper and some tea stained paper, and they just worked wonderfully. I also used some Tim Holtz ephemera packs and stuff from my stash that I did, and I will be sharing that along the way. So when you open it, you see this. And this came from her Wisteria and Roses kit, and I just cut it out. It was meant to be a full page. I cut this out and I made it into a belly band because I thought it was perfect. I embellished the sides with some textured lace, and then I included a picture that I found in one of my books that I picked up at a thrift store, and I made a Franklin tag out of different papers that I had that I thought went well with the collection, along with some fibers. And I left it blank on the back so that they could journal. Some lace, a vintage picture I found on Pinterest, but what I did was I printed it on regular copy paper, and then I coffee stained that paper, so it gives it a very nice vintage look. And because I printed it on regular coffee paper and regular inkjet printing, when I soaked it in the coffee mixture, you could see that the ink ran a little bit, and I think it just gives it more of that vintage look. I just backed it up on some book page, and then I put the picture on top, added some lace, and this is my tea dyed paper. It was done with passion tea K-cups from, Starbucks that I enjoy. I love using that tea to dye, and I also put some little bit of glimmer mist on it. I did this. This came from a paper pack. A little double pocket that I will give credit to Patricia Villamontes, one of her pockets. Ephemera. This came from LiveJunkJournals. And then I just embellished it. LiveJunkJournals. This came from Lindsey Zenor's kit right here. And look, I put a little bit of lace on top. I thought it gave it texture. You could feel it. It has texture to it. Then I added this little cutout from one of the paper packs that I got over at Hobby Lobby. Left it blank for journaling. And see how the colors work together. This is coffee dyed paper, of course, different shades because I leave them in longer. This is from Tim Holtz, some eyelash trim. This is also from Tim Holtz, but it works beautifully. Look at that. Even Lindsey's kit. I mean, it's meant to be together. This is from Tim Holtz. Put some fabric behind it and kind of distressed it so you could have thing. You could have texture on there and fibers. And then I left it blank and distressed it so that you can have some more space to journal. And this is just from a book that I got. I thought I love the expressions of the faces, so I put it in there for interest. And also in the back, I don't do stamping and I leave it kind of plain in the back because I figure you can take it out, you can journal here, journal in the back of here, and you'll have more space. This is empty for your journaling pleasures. This is just a piece of ephemera that I got sent in Happy Mail. Lindsey's kit. I made a belly band and then used some lace. And then look at the beautiful effect I got from the tea stain. I had very little of the tea left, so then I added a little bit of coffee and it turned out beautifully, or at least I think so. Again, this was from a book that I purchased at a thrift store. Backed it up on some not journaling paper, a scrapbook paper, and then some book pages. And then this is just somebody had sent me this for Happy Mail. Put it in there. I think it went well. Made some tags. This is from Lindsey's kit. This one as well. And journaling. I love to have a lot of space to journal in, of course, in journals. I made a little flip up. What I did was I put a napkin on some book pages, and then I found this cute little picture. I believe it came from a Tim Holtz ephemera. I put it in there as a decoration, as a flip up, and then you can take it out. Here's another one from Lindsey's kit. What I did was I cut it out. I believe it was on a page, but instead of using the page, I just used the element. I cut it out and put some eyelash trim behind it. This one comes from Tracie Fox's kit. From Lenor's. Not Lenor's, I'm sorry. Lindsey Zenor. And then this one came from a Tracie Fox kit. But what I did was this is meant to be an envelope, or it is an envelope. What I did was I glued it, I put it together. I glued it to this side of the page. So now this becomes a text spot. Antique Aviary kit, this one. And then that becomes a tuck spot. This can become a tuck spot. You can put papers behind it. You can flip it down and you have a hidden pocket. I thought this was a neat way to use the envelope. Again, somebody has sent me this in Happy Mail. I did a little flag embellishment. Thank you, Patricia Riamontes, for that idea. This comes from Lindsey. And this comes from Tracie Fox. But look how it worked together. Beautiful, just beautiful. And then look, it came, I used coffee stained paper here, coffee dyed paper here, and then over here is that pink tea mix that I do. And look, it works beautifully. Now this is printed in color. This is printed in regular copy color. This is also from Wisteria and Rose's junk journal kit, but I printed it in regular paper, coffee dyed it, and I put it on here as an element. So color, coffee dyed, black and white copies. And then this one comes from Tracie Fox's what was it called, Nature's Epiphany ephemera pack, and this is a pocket. But look at how the colors go together. I'm going to pick it up so that you can see. It goes great with coffee dyed paper and my pink tea dyed paper. and they all work beautifully. You would think that it was the same designer, but it's not. Some more items I got in Happy Mail. The ticket came from Tracie Fox's ephemera pack. I made a more tags so that you could have more journaling spots. And like I said, I leave these blank so that you can have more space to write in. Another one of these. A little envelope that I made. Some more journaling spots and tags. And like I said, it works really well. This came from a paper pack. The same paper pack from Hobby Lobby, Tim Holtz, and they all work really, really well. This was, again, some napkin that I put on some book paper and just layered it on cardstock, and I made my tuck spot. But I put it on top of another tuck spot, so I have two tuck spots, one in the front, one in the back. And this is just pictures from a book that I got. This was a tag, little tag set that I bought at Hobby Lobby. I thought the papers and the colors went well. Again, this is a cutout from that paper pack. Some rickrack, and then from another paper pack, journaling. This is the center of the signature. I left these long, thinking if the recipient would want to hang charms from there, or just for some interest. If not, they can snip it and they could be smaller. Here's this one, a tuck spot, an advertisement I found in one of my books, journaling spot. This another one is from Pinterest, regular black and white copy paper, black and white copy, and then coffee dyed it, added some lace. A little corner tuck spot from Lindsey's. Look, it what intrigues me is the colors. The colors has some vibrant colors, some muted colors, but it works beautifully with coffee dye paper or the tea stain paper. The pink one brings out the vibrant colors, and then the coffee dye paper brings in the muted colors, and it's just beautiful. And look at the little face on that girl. It's just cuteness. Another tuck spot right here, and then it has a little belly band within the tuck spot. And what this is an altered playing card. Here, this came from my book. Just a piece of paper I layered on book pages. Another picture from my book. And this will be a journaling spot. You can put it in here. This is a tag. Pardon the thunder outside. We are expecting rain. This one's from Tracie Fox. This is just a little pocket that I made along with little tag. The tutorial's up in my channel if you're interested. Lindsey Zenor, Lindsey Zenor, Lindsey Zenor. Now look at that. That comes from two different paper, not paper packs, but ephemera packs, or from the Wisteria and Roses, and I believe it's In Your Dreams. Yes, I forgot to mention In Your Dreams as well. They work beautifully together. Corner tuck spot, paper pack. This one comes from Tracie. This one is just from the paper pack. Made a journaling spot, tuck spot, a tag from the paper pack. Lindsey's and Tracie's. Look how they go together. Beautiful. A tag for my book. It was a Saturday Evening Post book. Again, Tracie's, Lindsey's. Beautiful. Oh, there you go. You're getting the glare from there. This one, I made a belly band. This is from her Antique Aviary. It is a tuck spot. You can put it back there. This is the back, and this is the ending. I think that the kits worked really well together. Like I said, if you didn't know, you would think everybody was one designer and they put it together, but they're not. They're actually 3 different kits that I put together. Actually 4. Wisteria Rose's Junk Journal Kit, Antique Aviary, In Your Dreams from Lindsey Zenor over at NevermoreCreations17. And then Nature's Epiphany ephemera pack from Tracie Fox. On Etsy, she's LiveJunkJournals. So thank you so much for stopping by my channel. Give me a thumbs up if you like it, and tell me